Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Mr. Dave Spikey.
Oh, don't panic, Mr. Mannering. What's it all about? So, yeah, Friday, Blackburn, where would you rather be? Nowhere, I'm telling you now. Nowhere. So, no, but thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging on to your tickets for like a year. No, I appreciate it. Seriously, appreciate it. Thanks so much. I don't know if I'll remember it all. I've only done it about 5 times in 2 years, this, so I'm still going to go a bit rusty. Because remember it, I'm of that age as well, and obviously it's been another 18 months, 2 years. So I'm at that age where I get my phone in my pocket to check the time. Do you do that? And put it back, and you've forgotten. In a second, good time. But the worst thing that happened was, when we got released last time, when we tunnelled out in June or whenever, we had a big party. Well, we did, didn't we? Actually, a big party. It'd been locked down all that time. And by coincidence, by a lucky coincidence, my auntie Dorothy and Uncle Harold were celebrating the platinum, and that's fantastic. And it's 60 years, and it all coincided. So we all got the family together for the first time in like a year. We had this big party, and this is the thing about the memory. So, have you ever done this? Have you ever been in a room and not known why you were there? What am I doing here? So my auntie Dorothy and Uncle Harold live on Church Road in Bolton, very nice and all that. I'm in the bathroom. I've no idea why I'm in there. I must need a wee. No, I don't. I'll run tap just in case, you know, and all that. Whistle. No, I don't need a wee. Well, maybe I need a poo. No, you don't. You don't do that in other people's houses, do you? You don't. But maybe I've got something on my face. Maybe I'm washing my hands. I'll be washing. I don't bloody know. No, so what you do is, it's a rule, isn't it? You go back to where you first started, and you'll remember as soon as you get there. So go back downstairs, walk in the lounge, straight away. My Uncle Harold having an angina attack. I've gone for his tablets. Thank goodness if I was going mad. But then I got drunk. Now, as you get older, you can't take so much, but I got drunk. We were at a party, we were celebrating our release and all that. I'm in the bathroom a bit later on. As I come out, I look in the spare bedroom, my nephew's asleep. And I know it's bad, this is a bad thing, and I know I should know better at my age, but I'm pissed. So I go in the bathroom, still don't know why I did it, but it is funny. Got a razor, got my Uncle Harold's razor, and a mascara pencil. I went into the bedroom where my nephew were asleep. Shaved one of his eyebrows off. I know it's ridiculous. I drew a willy on his head with a mascara pencil, right? I'm giggling away. I turn around, my sister's at the door. I'll never, ever, ever forget the look of disgust when she came in and took him out of his cot. I shouldn't drink, honestly. I get drunk really quick. I was driving home the other night, I only had 2 pints. I thought, you're drunk. I know I shouldn't be driving, but it's been over a period of time after a gig, and I thought, you know, and I thought, I'm drunk, 2 pints, you idiot. And I knew we were drunk because I swerved to avoid this tree, then realised it was my air freshener. So this is the new normal, you know. This is the new normal. I thought we were doing all right, because I'll tell you what, I thought we were back to the new normal. Like last week but one, knock on the door, Jehovah's Witness. I've seen them for years. He said, can I talk to you about the teachings of Jehovah's Witnesses? I said, yeah, come in. He said, what? I said, yeah, come in, sit down, have a cup of tea. Do you want tea, coffee? So have a cup of tea. I said, tea away, tea, get your coat off, sit by the fire there. Must be freezing. I said, do you want tea? Do you want milk and sugar? Yeah, milk and 1 sugar, no problem. I'll get to the kitchen. I said, actually, I've got some scones. Do you fancy a scone? He said, I'd love a scone. I said, right, cream, jam, I've got both. He said, I'll have both. Right. Went in, made the brew, cup of tea, scone, sat down opposite him. I said, right, what's it all about, this Jehovah's Witnesses? He said, I've no idea, I've never got this far before. But we had that pandemic thing, and you know, I had all the tour cancelled and all that, and so to distract myself, get away from all the bloody front pages and the bloody news and all that. If you've seen me before, you know I've got a passion for local newspapers. I actually wrote a book called I Gave Him My Kidney, Then He Broke My Heart. She donated a kidney to her husband who was dying, and he got better and ran off with a best friend. Yeah. That's bad, isn't it? It's usually the organ they reject, isn't it? Not the actual donor. So I got lost, and I thought, you know, the tour's called A Funny Thing Happened, and I thought, well, funny things must still be happening. I mean, it's all this tragedy and all this nonsense, all this sadness and, you know, hysteria and stuff. So that's what I've done. So these are all I've collected during the pandemic, and some are local, so you'll recognise some of them. This is the first one. This you'll like this one. About 8 inches make June the wettest in history. There's no picture of June. You'll have seen this one, Lancashire Telegraph. You'll have seen this one. This pub. Did you see this pub in Waddington near Clitheroe? All right. It's headline. So here we are. Glasses for it. So here we go. Derelict pub used as unofficial location for porno film. Oh yeah. So there it is. It's a picture of it. So it's in Waddington, right? And the first line says, a derelict pub could finally be demolished amid claims that a porno video was shot there. The more cocking. You couldn't make it up, could you? The more cocking. Sometimes you don't need the story. Sometimes the headline is enough. This is one from the Independent from the other month. Branston pickle lorry crashes near Cheddar. Quite right too. Yeah. I just wish it were outside a pub called Plowman's. That'd be brilliant, that, wouldn't it? Honestly, I went all over the place, as you can see from this. New York Post, headless body found in topless bar. Honestly. China may be using sea to hide its submarines. You sneaky bastards. Last place you'd look, innit? Okay. Oh, I didn't do glasses again. Should have sorted this out. Bake up, anybody? Bake up. Give me 6. It's like only place in the country they still point at aeroplanes. Oh. No forks in the family tree, have they? You noticed? No. Can't go wrong with bake-up material, can you? How you get this though? A bake-up woman tried to smuggle the synthetic drug spice, because it's like an illegal substance now, into Wymont prison. She's been jailed for 14 days by Pennine magistrates. I think so too. Let's name and shame her. She might be in. Daniela Imana Apostoltov Boyarin. So a local lass, obviously. Also pleaded guilty at Burnley Magistrates Court to stealing £246 worth of groceries from Aldi. How is that even possible? She must have about 10 trolleys. Yeah. Some headlines, journalists write these headlines, you think, well done, I've rested day off, that's genius. So have you seen this? Yves Saint Laurent brought out a range of jewellery with penis earrings. It's just in time for Christmas. Penis earrings, right? But the headline's genius, prick up your ears. That's just... You'll think I'm making them up. These are actual. Just Google them. You'll see. You'll see. Oh, this is the other one. I think they fell over then. So, right. Glasses again, you idiot. Put all these together tomorrow. So this was another prisoner. So this is. Oh, It's escaped. So this Garth Prison, you know Garth Prison over that way, the Leyland way, isn't it? So they were Cedric Webb was being frisked, you know, searching for contraband as he was being taken into prison. The arrest report describes Cedric, he's only 25, no wonder he's in. I know, no wonder he's gone bad, is it? The arrest report describes Webb as 6 foot 2 inches tall and 27 stone. His build was described as heavy. So they strip searched him. According to the police, when Webb raised his shirt, the officers found 5 bags of cocaine tucked into his stomach fat. Headline, flab conceals crack. That'd be wonderful, isn't it? Man buys penis enlarger, gets a magnifying glass in the post. That'd work, wouldn't it? Only a couple. Brothel closure brings relief. I don't think so. Now that was on Granada Reports. I don't know if you saw it, right? This is going back, way back 2 years before the pandemic, really. But yeah, so the centre is in Salford. So they sent a reporter out, and they just stand outside the house, don't they? Go, this is a house of ill repute, and it's a disgrace. The neighbours are up in arms. And so he's doing all that. I don't know why he's even bothering. When this girl, a working girl, comes out of the brothel, sits on the steps having a fag. So he takes it upon his own, you know, whatever, volition, to just go and have a word with her. I'll see if I can grab a gun. And in the studio, they also be going, shh, don't do it, don't go there. He goes over. You've probably seen it. Gordon Burns was on it, so it is a while now. So anyway, so he goes over, so he says to the girl, he said, so, understand this is a house of ill repute? She said, yeah, it is, I'm a worker here, yeah. He said, I understand that the neighbours are up in arms because it's very, very busy. There's traffic and there's people knocking about. She said, oh yeah, we're very busy. I've been up and down them stairs 27 times today. He said, oh, you poor feet. Feet? I don't know. What I like, this is the last one for this little set. So, what I like is when they go out on the street of the local community and ask them questions. Vox Pops, how would they deal with the situation? So in Charlie, where I live for tax purposes, in Charlie, right, during the pandemic and since, and before, it might be the same over here, right, there's been tons and tons of graffiti. So they went out on the streets, right, asked it's a really bad photocopy, asked the local citizens of Charlie and surrounding areas, what penalties would you like to see given to repeat graffiti offenders? Let's ask the local population. So this is Monica, she's from Leyland. I think they should have to clean up their own mess. I agree, I'm with you on that, Monica, yeah. Let's ask Barbara from Bamber Bridge. I'd like to see them have their hands cut off. Piss it out with Barbara. I'd love to see her on jury service, wouldn't you? You are judged for not paying your council tax bill. I'm the bastard! But funny things happen, so funny things happen in Charlie. I mean, you know, I get most of my material in Charlie Market, to be fair. I'm there not long ago, and there's 2 girls talking, 2 teenage girls, 2 pushchairs. Only a kid in one. I don't know, it's probably left field going in Wetherspoons. And I've got this radar I can pick up, I can eavesdrop on any productive conversation. So I'm just looking through, I went through some vegetable at top, you know, in a pub. Anyway, so as if it matters. So one girl said to the other, has your Dorian had the baby yet? I said, yeah, the little boy, 8 pounds 12 ounces. Oh, lovely, 8 pounds 12, wow. Right, what do they call him? So they called him Mark. Mark's nice, I like Mark, can't go wrong with Mark. Get this though, snooty cow. Spelling it with a C. She said, Mark. Why would you put it on front? Why would you do that? So I'm in Aldi in Charlie. I've gone in because I want a cattle prod off that middle aisle. Cattle prods are going shopping in Primark next week, so that'll come in handy. Well, they've got everything there, haven't they? Cattle prod, welding goggles, do-it-yourself jet engine, 28 quid. So I'm in there, I'm in the queue, and there's these two girls, again, two charming girls in the queue before me. They bought one of them giant plastic butterflies for the side of your house. Because they're nice, aren't they? And they're talking, and I'm like, oh, I'm not moving from here. Well, that's what's going on. She said, have you heard they found a body? Where? Over Chinese, in Chinese, over that flat over Chinese on Market Street. Oh yeah, I know what you mean, yeah? Wanky Long, that's it, over there. Yeah, they found a body on that flat. Oh, well, I'm not surprised Market Street's gone downhill. I know, but anyway, drugs, they think. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised, drugs, yeah. And it's been there for ages, this body. Oh, how did they know that? Because it was stiff rigid. It was Cliff Richard. Yeah, in a flat over Chinese on Market Street. Yeah, of course it was. The thing is, in my business, I get this magazine called Spotlight. It's casting things with all stuff coming up. And they're thinking of doing, they're considering Chorley and Blackburn and Northwestern towns like us for the new furry liquid advert. You remember the classic one, why your hands so soft and smooth? Well, they're going to redo it, right, with a modern twist. And I've just want to ring up and go, don't do Chorley. It just will not happen in Chorley. Because in Chorley it'd be like, Mummy, why are your hands so soft and smooth? Is it because you use fairy liquid? No, it's because I'm 14. Do you know Buckacre Garden Centre, Charlie? No, it's anyway, it's the tip. So, I'm in there buying some Christmas stuff, wreaths and all that business, and I'm walking around, and there's three teenagers stood around one of these sundials. So I'm walking past, and this lad says to me, "Oi, mister, what's this?" I said, "That's a sundial." "What's that?" So it sort of gives itself away with a name, really. No, I said, it don't matter. No, I said, see all that outside area, that dial there? Well, that's with Roman numerals on it, them your hours, all these little indentations, they're your minutes, yeah? That thing in the middle, the pointy thing, the probably thing, that's called a gnomon, right? Grammar school education, right? That's called a gnomon. Now, if we're lucky, not often, but if we are lucky, when the sun comes out in the sky, depending on what time of day it is, its position in the sky will cast a shadow onto that gnomon, off that gnomon, and onto the dial, and it'll tell you the time. Bloody hell. What will they think of next? But funny things happen when you go shopping. I hate shopping. I hate shopping. I thought it was a bloke thing. It's a nightmare for me. I mean, I don't mean I'm at fresh produce, then I realise I've no pants on, and I've no underpants, so I'm pulling my shirt down, and nobody's noticed, so I start wandering off like that, then all my teeth start falling out. Then I look up, there's a bloke in a big black mask with a big axe, and he's chasing me, and I run outside and I can't run, and it's all treacle, and he's catching me up. Not that sort of nightmare. Just don't like it. No, you go in. I'm hopeless at the shop. I park my car, I get in there, I've lost my list already. Somewhere between the car and the hygiene station, the list gone. So, well, do I need a basket or a trolley or a big trolley? I don't know, sorry, I'll go in. You end up like Cracker Jack some days, don't you? But I thought, well, I don't want much this particular day, so I'm wandering round. Now, the thing about Asda near me, Clayton Group, that's where my local is, I will at some stage, no matter where I am in that store, have somebody wander up to me and go, "All right, Dave. Yeah, not so bad. Do I know you?" No. I was just wondering. We're at Black Bin Banks, eh? And I'm like, you are so hilarious. You are so hilarious. I've never heard that before. That's brilliant, that. I don't know where they bloody are. They've changed all the pissing owls round again, haven't they? Took me 3 circuits, found me Stain Devil. She says it's mayonnaise, I've got my doubts. But you know what I hate about supermarkets? I get till rage. I get proper till rage, because you always pick wrong till, don't you? You think, well, that's got shortest queue. It's shortest queue for a reason, isn't it? You've got an idiot on the bloody cashier, haven't you? Billy, 69, still doing work experience. Looking at an aubergine, trying to figure out if it's a vegetable or a really big plum. Did you say we're an Aborigine? Yeah, come from Australia. Yeah. I hate it. And then you get in the queue, and why are some people incapable of packing the stuff away? Once it's been scanned, they just stand there until the piles up and piles up. And you're waiting, aren't you? And you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and she's still. And then all of a sudden, last one comes and he tilts up and he goes, that's whatever, £69.50. Then she starts looking for a purse. Then she's had 15 bloody minutes while he's packed it on. Where's your purse? And then she finds a purse, and you know what's going to happen next. Opens the purse and goes, coupons. Oh, I'll buy them off you, piss off. I'll buy them off you. I'll find it here. Proper till rage. I get road rage. I'm not a fighter. I'm old. But I was driving to a gig in Buxton a couple of weeks ago, and you know when you get stuck in traffic on motorway and it's just crawling along and people keep jumping lanes and you end up next to them anyway and you go, that's pointless. So there's always this dick in this big Audi, Mercedes or something, and he cuts me up, he nearly hits me, I'm beeping on my horn, he just went like that to me. Right, so I went, yeah, to you as well. Lock brothers. Right. We go on a bit, he's back next to me like that, and I went, see, nutter, and he's like, giving me like that. Anyway, the worst thing that could possibly happened. We both came off at the same exit. Gets a traffic light on, red on top. Oh shit, it's like that. He pulls up at the side of me, winds his passenger window goes down, and he goes, oi! I went mine down, I went, no thanks. Alright, it's an automatic, got an hand-free, so whatever. So where was I? I went to the supermarket, last time I went in, wasn't it, this last week? And I'm doing it again, an old lady there, and she's slow, but she's methodical, she's doing it alright, I get on there. And I think I'm just going to move off because it's taking so long. And a bloke comes behind me, all he's got is 2 items, got a Chuckle Brothers DVD and a box of tissues. I know it's probably perfectly innocent. I know that, but I couldn't help. He's watching that at night, got your tissues, got your Chuckle Brothers on. To me. Anyway. But he gets fed up of waiting, so he goes. So I'm waiting because I've figured out this is going to be a productive conversation. So the woman on the till this time, I don't know her name, it's not important. So she said, are you still knocking about with Maureen? She's your best friend, isn't she, Maureen? Not seen her for ages. She said, no, we've had a fallout. Why? And she said, she's been putting it round that I've said that her husband has got awards. Oh, he's willing. And have you said that? No, I have not. I just said it felt like a what? So you get there, don't you? She's gone. And he starts, they've all got a speech now, haven't they? Like cashiers, so you're alright with your packing? First thing, yeah, you're alright with your packing? I've got a 4-cheese pizza and a tube of Preparation H. I think I can manage that. Anybody use the Preparation H for the hemorrhoids? Check this out. I'm not one or two of you will have actually. When you get some medicine tablets now, just to prove I'm not making this up, have a look at the active ingredients. The active ingredients in Preparation H for your piles is shark's liver. Extract of shark's liver. How did they find that out? Really? That's not research in a Swiss laboratory, is it, that? That's a bloke with piles, on his holidays, on beach. A dead shark here, Maureen. I think I'll shove his liver up my arse. Honest to God, that is better. I can't figure it out at all. The one thing I must warn you about, because I use it quite regularly, the one thing I'm warning you about, it comes in a tube like toothpaste. So when you come in and you've had a few drinks, I've done it, I've brushed my teeth with palm cream and put the Gibbs SR, the biggest ring of confidence you've ever seen. What I'm up to, right? So 4 cheese pieces, I talked about it. But what did I hear about? Oh, his memory's shot. supermarkets, and I'm sure you have them around here. We have them in Charlotte, but they only turn up on a Sunday. Snobs, supermarket snobs. It's their day out. He's got a suit on, she's got her hair done, she's in fact nicely dressed, and they wander around, and that wouldn't be so bad, but they're loud, aren't they? Oh yes, Gerald, World Foods. Go to World Foods, I want some sriracha. Stuff you've never heard of. I want some wasabi. Couscous. Oh, so shit, they named it twice. Couscous. Yes, we're having a dinner party. No, you're not. You're all friends, you daft bastard. Oh, yeah. Then she's looking in your trolley going, oh, pot noodle. Gerald, pot noodle. Mushy peas. I hate these people with a passion. They think it's superior. So what I do is, get them back, I might have mentioned this before. Everywhere now, in men's toilets, in men's health, they've got condoms, haven't they? Get a couple of packets. On the way past their trolley, because it's piled out like that, just drop a couple of condoms. Then just go and stand back tills it stop entertainment, this. Because they've all sorted out, he's down there with all the bags all sorted out, and she's packing in this end, and off they go, and yes, I think we'll have the couscous, I think, yes, we'll have the aubergine with the marinara sauce, and then she finds them, and she's trying to communicate with Gerald, because he might have put them in, you don't know. So she'll hide them under bread or something, stick them under bread like that. But this is where you play the trump card. Do this. Before you put them in, scratch the barcode. Give it a good scratch. So there's no way these are going to read on till. And then over here, see if we get the composure, but Maureen on till's giving it, presses the buzzer, doesn't she? Durex Exciter, anybody? She's gone purple, this woman. Ribbed, apparently. Oh, get you. Ribbed to give the woman maximum pleasure. We'll put them on inside out, give yourself a thrill. Hey? It's my shopping town now, a shopping Charlotte, support local businesses because they've suffered in the pandemic. I also like going in Charlotte because I'm a bit out of it, I'm in Whittle, and I'm a bit out of it, so I like going in there, get to Greggs. I like a bit of Greggs. I'm vegetarian for 30 odd years. They do this vegan sausage roll now. I know, trust me on it. It is. I've never had a sausage roll for 30 odd years, so it tastes brilliant to me. So I'm there shopping last week, but in booths, oh yeah. And that's a small mortgage from the Bradford and Bingley building site. Shopping in there. So, but funny things happen in Greggs. So I'm in queue. There's always a queue. It's at the door, isn't there? Maybe out, but it's late in the afternoon. I've left it late. They're running out of stuff. I'm moving up, and all of a sudden there's a panic behind me. I turn around, this family of dobbers coming behind me like that, panicking because they've left it late and they're worried if there's any steak bakes left. So, oh my God, Mum, Dad and Chanterelle, as it turns out. Chanterelle, oh my God, she sends Chanterelle to front. How many steak bakes, Chanterelle? There's like 4 in queue in front of, there's only 4 Chanterelles. Chanterelle steaks, 4 Chanterelles. Told you. Only 4 steak bakes. Oh, I never managed. Oh, I don't know, I can't live without my steak bakes. I can't live without them. But they do it for price. It's dog food. I'll tell you what, I've said this before, I've said it again, but I'm having this last steak bake, I'm going on a diet. And my husband said, you go on any more of this dieting, you'll go down plug hole. Oh, she won't go down a bleeding manhole. The sort of woman who could brighten a room just by moving away from the window. Anyway, we're moving up now. There's still 4 steak bakes left, there's 2 in front of me. How many, Chanterelle? Still 4, come on, steak bakes, come on. Anyway, woman in front has 2. She's had 2, Mum, she's had 2 steak bakes. Oh my God, what we want to do with 2 steak bakes? She's gone, okay, block in front of me. Is he having any? I don't know, she's staring at him. And he hasn't had a couple of pasties. He's off me. She's staring at my Chanterelles in his face like that, well, she's that. There's 2 left, Mum, but I think he's having them. Him. I've been vegetarian 35 years. I had them. Funny things happen on holiday. I know it's a bit of a jump that, but I'll tell you why, because his Greg's family were behind me in queue when I was checking in at airport. It might have been them, it might have been somebody from the same herd, I don't really know. But that's the link anyway. The smell of pastry and Febreze. It looked like them. So I'm in the queue. But before you get there, this is the funny thing happening on holiday. When you book holiday, if you're lucky enough, I booked one last summer when we got away. You book holiday, don't you? and you go and tell everybody in pub or at work or whatever, you got boots holiday. What would they say? What do they always say? Boots holiday. They always go, oh, you going anywhere nice? No. On holiday? No. Why would I be doing that? Going on? I said, actually, what we're doing, we're taking Grandma to Switzerland. Whereabouts? I've never heard of it. It's a Dignitas. Something like that. I said, anyway, it's all inclusive. It's a bargain. I said, actually, when I say it's all inclusive, it's only one night and one meal. Only one meal, and I think it's a bowl of Cheerios. I don't know. Oh, listen, if you see her, if you bump into her, don't mention it, it's a surprise. Of course I'm going somewhere nice. No, but honestly, they do, don't they? And then you get to the airport and you've got all those stupid questions. She's checking your bag in. She's there straight away, that girl. She's checking like that. Could anybody put anything in your bag without you knowing? Yeah. Of course they could, because I wouldn't know, would I? Without me knowing. Alright, right. Have you left this bag unattended for any length of time? Yeah, well, it's been in loft for 12 months. Does that count? Stupid questions. Right, you're 3 kilograms over, that's £30. What? It's £10 a kilogram. Did you know this, Ryanair? So I said, look, that's ridiculous. For 3 kilograms, you know, that's what it is, that's a rule. But if I can't take an extra weight off the plane, I went, are you going to weigh this lot? Get chlamydia on scales, whatever she's got. Stop scratching. Oh, they call the kids all sorts now, don't they? Shut your mouth, Bonjella. But then you're at gates. Funny things happen when you're at the gate of the airport. Like I said, funny things. You sat there and you're already at Alicante. You're going. Here we go. And it says, then it comes on Tannoy, doesn't it? There will be a delay to the flight to Alicante. The engineers have found a small technical problem. You're like, yeah, small. Is it my idea of a small technical problem? Like what, you know, one of the tray tables won't stay up properly on seats. Or is it their idea of a small technical problem, like one of wings is a bit loose? I don't know. You sit there for ages, 45 minutes, and the issue has been resolved, we're ready to board, and you're looking at one another going, yeah, but has it been resolved? 45 minutes is not a long time to resolve an issue, is it that? You're getting on, how are you getting on? I'll pay £12.99. Fair enough, I'm not wasting £12.99, I'll risk my life for that. So getting on a plane, the last thing you want to see, well, a few things, but one of the last things you want to see is 2 engineers, you pass them on the way to the front steps, 2 engineers stirring in a jet engine, then one of them shrugs. I thought if a nun with a guitar gets on, I'm getting off. That'll be it. Anyway, I'm on there, it's alright, and I sit there, aisle seats, I'm always on aisle seat toilet. And I've got a young lad at the side of me, a Geordie lad, really great. I love the Geordie accent, but sometimes very difficult to understand. And he's very, very nervous, and he's talking and calming him down. So we chat all the way there. But anyway, we take off nice and bonny. And pilot comes on intercom, like they do when you've got up there. He said, right, this is your pilot, Andy Peters. Really? Shouldn't he be in a broom cupboard somewhere? He said, we've reached our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet, speed over the ground is 500 miles an hour. He said the time to Alicante is 2 hours 25 minutes. The weather en route is shit! And we all went, nothing. Do you think the weather en route shit? Or something else is happening? So you start watching the stewardesses, the air crew, don't you? See if they're crying. No, they seem to be alright. Then he comes back on. No word for 5 minutes. So panicking, aren't you, a little bit, like looking out the window. Anyway, he comes back on. I'm really sorry about that announcement. As I was making the announcement, one of the cabin crew came in with a cup of coffee for me, tripped up, spilt it, red hot coffee, right down the front of my pants. Right in my groin area there, burning coffee. So I'm sorry if I've alarmed some of you. I really apologise about that. You want to see the stairs to the front of my pants? A bloke at the back shouts out, you want to see the stairs at the back of mine? So then, this thing happened, right? So we land, I talk to this Johnny lad all the way through, because we land, and instead of going to the terminal, we pull onto the apron. Guardia Civil, these heavily armed police officers, get on plane, come looking down, looking for seats, stop at our row, point to him, Senor, come with me. And I'm like, what? And he's obviously terrified, this lad. I'm going, what's going on? No, stop it, what's? Explain. And because he's in bits, this lad. Anyway, bloody Greg's woman from back shouts, I heard you talking, I've heard what he said. You might not have registered it, but I registered it. Told stewardess, she's told captain, he told police. Nothing gets past me. What the hell are you talking about? He's a Basque terrorist. I said, no, he's a bass guitarist. Where is he? We're playing at Benidorm Palace. So when you get to the resort, funny things happen at the resort, because I always think, if you're going somewhere, you should learn a bit of the language, right? So what I've done in the pandemic, because I like going to Spain, I thought I'll learn a bit of Spanish, right? Because, well, A, it's respectful, and B, people wind you up, don't they? People tell you what some Spanish, some phrases are, and they turn out to be filthy, don't they? You must have had that before. Like my mate, how idiotic am I that my friend Derek, we'll talk about later, told me that muchas gracias penis means thanks very much cock. Right? And a waiter in Benidorm once told me that a traditional Spanish greeting is me cago en la leche. You say that when you walk in a bar, you go, hey, me cago en la leche. Any idea? Milk, something to do with milk, correct? Yeah. It means I shit in your milk. Which is brilliant, isn't it? I mean, that's a brilliant insult, that. We don't have anything like that, we just have knobhead. We just, I shit in your milk. Imagine getting a glass of milk with a turd. Oh, God, no. So I had all of that. So I thought, no, I'm going to learn a bit of Spanish. I am. So in the pandemic, during the lockdown, I started with phrase books. Well, they're no good, because you don't get the intonation, you don't get the, you don't get the accent probably right. And you know what it sort of means, but you forget it, don't you? So I read somewhere the best thing to do is get like an audio cassette. Now, I was in Age Concern in Chorley. And they had a Chichis on Spanish cassette. Yeah. So it was a cassette, and I've got a little dictaphone thing, so put it on, got my headphones on. And the thing is, when you learn a language, you just basically repeat it. They tell you to repeat it, they say a phrase, you repeat it. And that's understandable, but you sort of understand it better than reading it. But then what you also do, subconsciously, is you imitate the voice, because the intonation, there's reflection on the voice, whatever, inflection, rather. So, for instance, if I'm in Spain and I want to ask where the chemist is, I will say to somebody, ¿Dónde está la farmacia? Because the bloke on the tape's like an 80-year-old Spaniard who smoked 40 a day. If I go to the bar, I'm like, dos cervezas, por favor. Uno vino blanco, uno vino tinto. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know. So that's that. So I'm in Spain, we got there this summer, I'm walking around a restaurant, which are these markets, these big markets, right? And they've got everything on them, junk, antiques, food, clothes, you get the picture. I'm wandering around, and they go on for kilometres, and it's great. And we find this, turn the corner, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, well, there's two lads cutting hair. I've not had my hair cut during the pandemic. Two lads cutting hair, €5. €5, it's worth flying out for. €5? She said, well, A, what are you going to get for €5? And B, are you going to explain how you want your hair cut? I went, I don't care about the €5. Are they explaining because I've learned Spanish? So, I've learned Spanish. Oh, she said, this is going to be horribly wrong. I'm going for a wander, I'll come back. So I go in, there's two lads cutting. One's busy, one's free. I'm straight in chair. He's over, putting the thing around me. He went, buenos dias. I went, buenos dias. He said, ¿cómo está? Bien, muy bien, sí. For all one of them. So then he asked me what I wanted. I think that's what he asked me, very fast in Spanish, about pointing at me head. So I said, okay. And I've learned some of this. Aquí, which is here, isn't it? Y aquí, y abajo, at the back, right? Con máquina, with the machine, the razor, con máquina, con máquina número 3. See? Uno, dos, tres, sí. Oh, sí, sí, señor, claro, claro, which means I understand. Okay, man. Para aquí, por here. And I can't remember scissors. I can't remember it when I need it, and I thought, I'll mime it. Everybody knows scissors, it's a well-known mime. When you're wandering around looking for scissors, you're like that, aren't you? So I went, right, para aquí. So he says, sí, sí, señor. Gets his machina. Whoa, what the? No. He said, it's okay, it's numero dos. I said, that weren't numero pissing dos, that's not numero dos, that. There was a dos on top and tres on sides. What's other got a dos tres? Tell me. I'm going to have the dos all over now. And I saw some on the. I thought, well, I didn't do this in the first place. I picked a pair of scissors up and I went, that. And he went, are you saying England scissors? Jeez. So much time. Carried away. So the other time, funny thing happened, when you go on a package holiday, right? So I went to Greece. Last time I went on a package holiday, I went to Greece. And it's that meeting, you always have a morning meeting, don't you? Where you go out, the reps tell you about all the local things to see. And they're always the same, they always have a spiel. And they've been there all year, and they still don't know sod all, basically, do they? So we were there in Greece, as I said. First time I'd ever been, lovely. And we sat in there having, help yourself there to the local cocktail, that's ouzo and grapefruit juice, that's lovely, that I don't know what they call it there, but it tastes like piss, does it? Well, don't drink it. Okay, so my name's Jaden. Welcome to Hotel Poseidon 2. I'm in charge of, come in, you're late. No, I definitely said Poseidon 2. Poseidon 1's the other side of the road. No, welcome to Poseidon 2. Going on about Poseidon 2. I'm in charge of Poseidon 2 and the apartments and new soul. Which has got nothing to do with the hemorrhoids. It's a Greek word for anu, which means anew, and then soul, which is son. And what's she talking about this woman? So she's going on about, this is my companion, this is Chanel. This is Chanel with an S. Now remember it's an S, not a C, because if it was a C, it would be Channel, like the tunnel near France. She's in charge of the hotel Socrates. Socrates, as you might know, was a very ancient Greek wise philanderer. Anyway, and she tells us all about pickpockets. Gentlemen, the pickpockets on the market, don't put your wallet in your back pockets. No, you don't want to lose all your money first day of your holiday, do you? Give it to your wife to put in her handbag. And the folks behind me shouts out. Now, is that any different? Exactly. And she tells us all about Yanis, who she's knocking off, obviously. Yanis is Minima, Yanis is Auto, Yanis is this. But then she drops this bombshell. I don't know where she got it from, Yanis is Andy Surplus probably. But no, she drops this bombshell, and you might know this if you've been to Greece. Did you know you can't put toilet paper down the toilet? I mean, proper, used toilet paper. So I'm like, can I just clarify this? When you call it toilet paper, it's not actually toilet paper, it's just paper. So you can't put it down the, no, you can't put anything down the toilet. It's not been through you first. So toilet paper goes in a little pedal bin at the side. Oh no, 2 weeks of that, no way. Because all the drains are very narrow, I don't know what it is, but oh, I can't be doing with that. That's, because you end up making shit samosas, don't you? Sorry, is that too much? Sorry. You've got to put it in that pedal bin, it's like the finger buffet from hell. There's all sorts in there, pakoras, spring rolls. And the last one, I'll leave you this with, what's the insult, is I went to Florida once, and it was quite scary. I went on the Everglades, I don't know if you've been, it's a fantastic trip on these hoverboard thing, big fine boats. And we stopped at this landing, and he said, I've got to just give you this idea, because it's health and safety, whatever. He said that, should you be attacked by a crocodile, what? He said,
it's very unlikely. We're in middle nowhere, not been any sights in Grenadier for a long while, okay. But if you were, if you find yourself being charged at by a crocodile, always remember this. This is a good diversionary tactic. All you do is, when it gets to you, when it's about a foot off you, you simply go. Because it's no peripheral vision, and it'll think, oh, has he gone? So you just wander off. Seriously. Right, okay. That's going to take some bloody time in that, isn't it? It's scared to death. There's the alligators come out you like that. There you go. Let me just paint this scenario for you. What if I'm a bit slow? What if it stops and it's still got me in its sides, it's opening its mouth jaws like that? You see, what you do is, plan B, you bend down, you get a handful of shit and you throw it at it. Because this is a little known fact, Amber will tell you this though, they hate it, they hate feces being thrown at them, they hate shit being thrown at them, they'll be off. I said, hang on, alright, that's not worked, I'm back here, I've bent down, what if there's no shit? He said, oh, there will be. And with that picture, I'll leave you for 20 minutes. Let's have a drink, eh? And thanks again, seriously. Thank you.
Welcome back to the stage, Mr. Dave, spikey.
Oh yes. I always start the second half with that because I love it, Killers. I'm also intrigued by it. I'm a wordsmith and he's never really explained what he means. Are we human or are we dancer? Just dancer, isn't it, singular? I mean, the big theory is he saying that our lives are ruled for us, are our lives choreographed? We have to dance to somebody else's tune, we're frightened of making our own decisions with it. There's a line that says, sometimes I get nervous when I see an open door. Does that mean we're frightened of making any decisions on our own? We have to be told what to do. So it could be that. Could be drugs, couldn't it? Could be well, come on, let's crack on. So brilliant, thank you. These are my favourite. These outside the pandemic. Well, some of them. These are my favourite headlines. I hope you enjoy these. Bury, anybody Bury? Yeah. Come on, here we go. So they opened an RSPCA shop in Bury. Every credit, I'm all for that. Animal lover. And why has the Bury Times never noticed this when they printed it, or the photographer? There's 5 girls who stood outside the shop looking proud as punch, and so they should. It's an RSPCA shop, but look at the sign on top. RSPCA helping bury animals. Right? That's not a message we're trying to get across, is it? They've not learnt in Bury. They've not learnt. Only from last week they've opened like a big Santa, experience. It's actually called the Santa Experience. But what have they done again? Welcome to the Bury Santa Experience. I wouldn't take your kids there, would you? Get a couple of spades. Let's have the bastard in ground. Come on. Honest to God. This is Alf. Alfie's 91. I've been posting my letters in the dog poo box for 2 years. There's the dog poo box. There's the post box. There. Bless him, 91. His daughter said, Sharon, she said, every time I asked Dad if he'd remember the kids' birthdays, he'd say yes, there's a card in the post. When none arrived, we thought he was either losing his marbles or was just plain lying. He's 91, bless him. Widower lost his wife in 1999. She's probably in a skip somewhere, isn't she? Static caravan for you, Marjorie. There you go. Love these little... I was going to look at... I picked this one up. It's Hartlepool, of all places. Hartlepool, and the headline was, well, squirrel goes on £7,000 rampage. They like squirrels. Give them a credit card. They're off, aren't they? It's like... But then I looked inside the story, and you come across some little gems. Sorry about this. So, sorry, I'll put it down there. Police board ship to arrest a drunken sailor. And that's funny enough, right? This is Hartlepool Harbour. But it's got me with this, right? So, drunken disorderly arrested on board a ship earlier today. Cleveland police were called to tell the harbour police to board the ship and arrest the sailor at 4 a.m. And straight away, you think, well, what are they going to do with the drunken sailor? That early in the morning. It's mad, isn't it? This is, what's he called, this lad? Lee Evans. No, not Lee Davis. 37-stone man is forced to pay for 2 seats on a plane, right, from Alicante, strangely enough. So, he has forced to pay for 2 seats on a plane. When he gets on, he finds they are 3 rows apart. Yes. Last but not least, man digs 12 foot. He digs a 12-foot deep hole without realising his metal detector was picking up his steel cap boots. Keep going. 12 foot! I don't know, get rid of that. Just get rid of that. So, wait. Oh, funny things happen. Now, funny things happen in hospital. Now, you may know, you may care, you may not give a toss. I was in the NHS for 32 years. So, I had great experience there. I loved it, every minute of it. And I only left in 2000. And so last year, when the tour started, there was supposed to be a 20th anniversary of me leaving work, sort of thing, starting this comedy lark. So my agent says, don't call it that. And so I left work. I was in haematology, blood disorders. I left work on the 13th, it's a Friday the 13th of October in 2000, so it's almost like 20, I've just gone over 21 year anniversary, haven't I? And I turned my microscope off for the last time, and I held my white coat on the back of the door, and I walked out of that laboratory, gave it a backward glance, said goodbye, and 2 weeks later, I'm on a car park in Farnworth, singing Walking in Sunshine in the Pouring Rain, dressed as a giant berry. Thinking, was this a good career move? I've got a 10-foot cock and balls inflated behind me. But I still, I'm far away there. So, I know. But funny things happen in hospital, and I still try and keep in touch. I read all the biomedical science journals and stuff like that. I watch Casualty. I love a bit of Casualty, shouting out at the medical inconsistencies. There's NHS stuff in here, you know, it's like full of them. You know. My wife's just shut up, I'm just shouting at the telly. And but I love best about Casualty is that first 10 minutes. But you've got to guess what's going to happen to these people just going about their daily lives, aren't they? Some of them are easy. Like there's a bloke getting rid of a wasp nest with a firework. That's easy. But then you've got a little old lady who's a clairvoyant, and she's put a crystal ball on the windowsill, and then it comes on the weather report on the radio, a low sun in the sky today. You know what's going to happen. Off the crystal ball, curtains, house is going to go up, innit? That was a tricky one to figure out, but that's what happened. She burnt her house down. She should have seen that coming, really. She no, I'm sure. My favourite was the bloke with the long scarf and the combine harvester. What's his little lad in cab? Don't touch anything. That's going to happen, innit? But people said to me, oh, it's a bit far-fetched, isn't it, all that? No, I worked on, when I was doing on-call for blood transfusion and haematology, we were attached to the A&E department, obviously for emergencies, and I witnessed some shit as well. I mean, you did wander in some nights and look at the clientele and go, do some of you not understand what accident or emergency actually means? You've got Fat Frank stuck in a hula hoop. You've got Brittany in hysterics because her legs have suddenly stuck together. They've stuck together, my legs, I can't get them up. She's got them down one knicker. She's got them down one knicker legs. Idiot. Some belters though, some belters. Barbara, I don't know why I remember her name, but she was called Barbara. 3rd-degree burns to her head, pole dancing on a patio heater. Look at me, sexy Barbara, look at me. What was that? Your head's on fire. Oh yeah. He's one of my favourites. There was a girl came in and she had, she was a mess, like teeth coming out, burst lips, blood everywhere. And it turns out that she'd been making a cake and licking the mix off the electric whisk. Just pressed the button. Very. Not her name. My favourite one, right, just bear with me on this one. So, it's a quiet night, it's early evening really, and summer, I always remember it, and I'm sat having a cup of tea because it's not that busy, and this ambulance piles up, sirens going, get this trolley out, this guy on this trolley is the most broken, shattered arm you've ever seen. It's, not you sick, the bones sticking out, it's like, it's horrible. They wheel him straight in, obviously. His wife's running after him, this is the intriguing bit, and she's screaming at the top of her voice, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, please forgive me. Well, you've got to find out what happened there, haven't you? So what happened was, as I know, the staff told me, so they're doing a bit of gardening. He's doing a bit of digging at the bottom of the garden, she's doing a bit of weeding, okay. But in the bottom of the garden, as it happens, there's an electricity pylon, one of the legs from electricity pylons coming in the garden, where he's doing a bit of digging. He gets something stuck on his shoe, dog shit or something, I can't remember what it was. And so, he drops his spade, and I don't know what happens, but anyway, he gets hold of the electricity pylon, yeah, and he's trying to get the bloody shit off his shoe like that, because he's lost his balance, like that. She sees from the top of the garden, all she can see from the back is her husband holding an electricity pylon, going like that. She thinks he's being electrocuted, right? She runs down the garden, she's not thick, so she thinks, I can't pull him off because I'll get electrocuted as well. She picks up his shovel and goes, poof, on his arm. Sorry. And I worked in histopathology, which we get bits of people after operations and stuff, and biopsies and things like that, and autopsies. We had a rogues gallery of things that were removed from people in accidents and emergency. You know what I mean? From orifices where they shouldn't be. Like obvious stuff like beer bottles, they were obviously. Deodorant, the bottle type. I mean, obviously. One woman actually came in with a Buzz Lightyear toy. She's not really understood the Buzz element of it, has she? She's not really. Light bulb was the one that's got in, we've got it framed almost like in a little case. A light bulb, this lady had tried a light bulb and it had just gone, the light bulb. And I thought, at the time, I found out what happened, but it's a brilliant idea. But they obviously were panicking because it could shatter. So, luckily enough, on examination, it was a screw-fitting light bulb. So they went to the doctor's mess and they had a lamp. And so they sterilised the lamp with a lot of alcohol and that, inserted the lamp and screwed the bulb back on it. Genius. If I had to pick a favourite, it would be the one. Can you imagine this? Because they didn't know what's up there, so they're trying to get it out, and it was a Russian doll. Which I'm imagining, right size, right shape. I'm only imagining, but there. So it must have been like that in Casualty. It must have been, give me the forceps, give me the forceps. Okay, very quiet, very quiet. I've grasped the object. I'm pulling the object slowly. Nobody breathe. Here we go. It's coming, it's coming. There you go. Success. It's a Russian doll. There's another. Gonna be there all night. So, and it's worse now, because I've been a patient. I've had a below the waist problem. Can't really discuss. So I had to go for procedures, front and back. It was like a bug off, get one free. So no, so I had to have a front and back examination. And and I'm a bloke. I've not really read the instructions on the letter, so I'm wandering around the hospital lost, like looking at all the signs. I know I've mentioned it before, like, you know, family planning advice, use the rear entrance. That'll work. So I'm in bed, I'm nervous, I'm apprehensive. I've not really read the letter. I said, I know which ward to go to and all that. And she's straight there, this staff nurse, she pulls the covers down, so I have a look, and she goes, oh, hello, Mr. Bushy. Said it's spikey, actually. She said, you've not shaved yourself, have you? I said, no. She said, it's in your letter. This procedure, you're going to have to be shaved. And it says in the letter, so to avoid embarrassment, you might want to do it yourself. And you're going down in 20 minutes. Hospital barber. Have you ever had an hospital barber? Oh my God, these are barbers who couldn't make it on the outside. These you come on the ward like Mr. Magoo, glasses like that, big razor like that, Mr. Spikey. Oh shit. I'm nervous enough as it is, but it has to be done. So he shaves me. And that's bad enough. But then he did this thing I'll never ever get over. He finished shaving me, and he blew the loose hairs away. Without any warning whatsoever. And out of it, he suddenly goes, what are you doing? Then, got a little mirror out when he's done alright for you. Yeah, that's a bit more off the back. No. That's fine, thank you very much. But the whole essence of this, the reason I called it, the funny thing happened all the time, but old variety comedians, that's how they started the acts. Funny thing happened on the way to the show, that was the way they started. So I quite often get asked, has that ever happened? The funny thing happened on the way to the show. Well, it has a few times. The last time was in Liverpool Empire last month, and I've been looking at Albert Dock, so it's nice, and I've been for ages, so I'm wandering around. I lost track of time. And I thought, oh God, Liverpool, it's quite a way, the Empire. So I thought, oh, better make my way back. And so I need a wee, obviously. So I need a wee. Now I do that thing, they didn't got public toilets, so I do that thing that we do. Well, you wander in a pub, and pretend you're looking for somebody, don't you? Where can they be? I don't know, just look to the toilet, like. So I went in this bar called Indigo, very moody, very neon, very dark. I thought it was perfect. So I go in, toilet's downstairs, find my way downstairs, it is very dimly lit. And then when you get to toilet doors, why can't they just have men, women, other, why can't they have to have pictures, and you can't fit your bust in. And I'm like, just ducks. Well, obviously one's a duck and one's a drake. I mean, it's just a duck, I don't know. So I opened the door, and oh, thank God, big metal urinal in there, that's what you do, innit? So I went in, burst in, just, I don't even know, like 10 seconds. Oh, thank the Lord for the relief. Woman walks in, starts screaming, starts panicking. Oh my Lord, she's terribly distraught. Runs into one of the cubicles, slams the door. She's walking here inside, heavy breathing and all. Oh my God. Oh bloody hell, she's coming in the wrong place. Obviously, how embarrassing for her. So I finished having the wee and I thought, right, I'll wash my hands. Where's the sink? Why are the taps on here? was pissing in the ladies' toilet sink. Then the big metal like you get at airports and that. Just sink. How many taps so I never noticed? And people said to me that must have been the most embarrassing thing you've ever. I said, oh no, I'm of an age. Tons of but I'm just all right up there. It's up there, but if I had to put them in any sort of order, which I wouldn't, my top 4 maybe. Number 1 would be having a slow dance in a club with a beautiful woman and feeling an erection start, and it weren't mine. That'd be up there. Last week, TK Maxx. I love TK Maxx. It's like a treasure hunt in a jumble sale. I love TK Maxx. And I wanted a new jacket for Christmas. And I tried to buy this one on. I thought, oh yeah, oh definitely, I like this. This will do nice. And I turned around, this bloke staring at me because it's his jacket. He's under the white. That's embarrassing, isn't it? The second 2 concerned my daughter Jill, and she was a toddler. She was real precocious little bit of a brat, really, a bit spoiled, obviously. And she used to do this thing when I took her shopping. She insisted on sitting in the trolley. I know that's wrong, bad parenting, I know, but unless she did, and then, even then she was jumping up and down, screaming and getting stuff off the shelves. So I took her. This is the embarrassing thing. So I took her to B&Q. I had to put some shelves up. I'm hopeless at DIY. I've tried to learn in lockdown, but I'm hopeless. Shelves, right? And my wife, she wants them straight and everything. I know what she's like. I even went to the library and asked the woman behind the counter, "Have you got any books on shelves?" Are you taking the piss? So I'm wheeling her in B&Q, and it's dangerous. We're in the wood, we're in the tools. She's, nah. When you sit down, Joe, yeah. Get off that, it's dangerous, sit down there. And people are pointing, we're bad parenting. Yeah. Anyway, we're in the wood section. I wheel around this corner, there's a bit of 3x2 sticking out. Yeah. Oh my God. And I'm a father and I love her, but I'm like, see? I did warn you. Not much damage, I mean a bit of a graze, but over the next couple of days, 2 or 3 days, massive black eye. Now, will she learn? No, she's of that age, she's 4 or 5, whatever. She will not learn. I mean, Asda, later on that week after, and she's in trolley again, and people are again pointing, and I'm at the end of me tether, and I'm shouting, and she's grabbing toothpaste, and again, cereal packet. Oh, Daddy, no. I'm like, Jill, will you sit down? You know that bit? When you're talking, all of a sudden everybody else in the room goes quiet, so everybody hears you. I went, Jill, will you sit down once and for all, or do you want another black eye? So that's one with her. And the second one, I went picking her up from preschool or whatever. They're in the sort of playground there. Lovely summer's day, it's joy, it's innocent little children running around loving it. I got there a bit early, I'm loving this. This ball comes rolling across. Now, I still play football, even at my age. I love my football. And it come then, and I couldn't resist it. You can't, can you? And all the kids are there waving at me, and I go, okay. So I pull it back, jump it up, and then boom, over the side of it, went right over the slide, right over the roundabout, hit the wall, bounced back. I thought, get in, never lose it. Kids went mental, screaming, crying, heads in hands, teachers coming over at me, you stupid that. I mean, how was I to know there was an hamster in it? No, by coincidence. By massive coincidence, seriously, by coincidence. Did you see this story in the Mirror the other week about this paralysed hamster? I know you can't see it, but trust me, look it up. So this little girl had the hamster out of his cage one weekend, and it was playing in the kitchen while she cleaned its cage out, right? Put it back in its cage. The little girl brought the hamster into the vets because it hadn't moved for 3 days and wouldn't eat or drink or go in its little wheel, and she put it back in the cage. The vets took the hamster out of the cage to examine it. It ran about normally. They were baffled. Well, you would be, wouldn't you? Then, one of the vets noticed something in the hamster's mouth. On examination of its cheek pouch, they found a fridge magnet. kitchen, eating a fridge magnet, back in cage. No wonder it's not moved for 3 days. Come on, Amy, come on. So where was I? Oh, so funny things happened on the way, so that's where that was, wasn't it? So, but funny things happened on the way after the gig as well. One of the first gigs I ever did was in Golka. I don't know if you know Golka. It's in Yorkshire, so. Although I am half Yorkshire through a friend of my father's. So, so I did this gig in Golka, which is near Huddersfield, and it was an Australian themed night, Castlemaine 4X. And I don't know why they booked me, because I'd never really done much, and they might have had a dyslexic concert secretary who thought I would call Dave Skippy. I don't know. We'll do for Australian night. Anyway, I get there, and it's all, they've spent a few bob on it, Castlemaine promotion. They've all got hats with corks on them, there's didgeridoos, all that, there's koala bears, there's flags, the Australian flags. I'm very nervous, I've not done much, I'm stood outside at stage, waiting for one, and Count Burger's on, he's right, Jerry. So he's like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Castlemaine 4X, party night tonight. Look at us all looking grand. Now he looked down, there's a boomerang. He picked it up and he went, hey, look at this, lads, you think if I throw this, it'll come back? And the bloke at the bar said, if it hits me, it fucking will. So I do the gig, it goes alright, I'm in toilets afterwards, relieved, I'm in a cubicle. Well done. 2 Yorkshire blokes at the urinals come in, and one said to the other, what do you think of comedian? He said, well, he's alright if you like laughing. Because they don't, do they? And that's a 5-star TripAdvisor review in Yorkshire, that. So I'm driving home in celebratory mood, I fancy a pint. I love my beer, as I said. I'm going over the tops, I'm cutting across, and I come across this pub, you might know it, I forget exactly where it is, it's called the Bull's Head, it's famous. And I'm at Bull's Head, so I go in, and it's busy. And there's all Bull's Heads, as you might expect, on the wall. Very impressive. So I'm having a few drinks, like that. I talked to the barman there, and I said, brilliant this. He said, yeah, I'm the landlord here, there was my collection of Bull's Heads. I said, oh, brilliant. I said, brilliant, well done, yeah. He said, you see that really big one over there? I said, oh yeah, he's a big one. He said, that one killed my brother. I said, oh, your brother was in that Matador, was he? He said, no, you were playing dominoes and it fell on his head. Oh, I don't know. My wife used to come with me on gigs, and I love her and all that, but I want to focus. I don't want a to-do list for the day after while I'm trying to think of my acts all the way through. So, and the thing is, just to start off, we've got very different sense of humours. I don't know where we got. I'm Libra, she's Taurus. It should never happen. You know what I mean? She only laughs at kids falling off stuff on the You've Frame. Whereas my default setting is to make a joke out of it. You can't resist it. It's got to come out, you see. And so she used to come with me on all these gigs. Because the lists, well done on the list. No, I just get them when I get up in the morning. I think I've got a day off. You come downstairs, she's going out shopping. I've left your list. Oh shit, you know that. And every credit, girls, you've done it right, haven't you? You sucker us in, and then that number 3, bang, don't you? So get up the other day, and I said, well, change light bulb in toilet, no problem. Number 2, wash last night's pots. Oh God, yeah, that's not easy enough. Number 3, point gable end. Number 3, every bloody time, innit? Change duvet cover. Oh, I can't do that. I'm a bloke. If I have to change a duvet cover on my own, I sit upstairs and have a little cry. Get in it, you. Get in it. Get in cover. Actually get in it. Stand over the duvet, bend down and get it and just fall on bed. But yes, so we had these little arguments and altercations. I was driving home, we were doing a gig in Barrow, I think it was, anyway, up that Whitehaven Barrow. We drove back across country, and she's with me, giving it all that. And I see a little old garage, an old-fashioned garage, just a one-man garage, none of the fancy shell or any SO. like just a little one-man operation. I think, well, I'll give him a bit of business, I'll go in. I've got half full, I'll fill it up. I pull in after the gig there, and I said, can you fill it up? He said, yes, I can do that. And he locked it in, because you do that with them old pumps, can't you? Locked it in, he wandered around rubbing his hands with the rag. He said, I said, well, while I'm doing that, I'll just give you a windscreen a wipe. It's a bit messy, isn't it? A bit messy with all that. And so my wife's really like, what did he say then, that man? He's just going to check, he's going to clean the windscreen. All right, okay. Anyway, he said, you pop your bonnet, because I think you could do with topping up your windscreen fluid. I've got some here. That's really kind of you. Thanks very much, Bob. What did he say then, that man? He said, just topping up the windscreen wiper fluid. All right, okay. Anyway, he's back round. He said, I'll just take your dipstick, your oil's a bit low, you know. It's a bit dangerous. So I top your oil up. I said, that'd be very kind of you if you would. What did you say then, that man? He's topping the oil up, all right. Put the bonnet down, put it down. He said, that front tire's a bit flat, when I fill you up, just pull over there, put a bit of air in it. What did he say then, that man? He's just putting some air in the front tire. I pay, we go over, he puts the air in the tire, and he's doing it. He said, listen, I don't mean to pry, but your accent, where are you from? I said, I'm from Bolton originally, but that's it. He said, that's it. God, that takes me back. The first woman I ever went out with seriously came from Bolton. What a miserable cow she was. The worst sex I've ever had in my life. What did he say then, that man? He said, he thinks he knows you. It's just a joke. Don't get jokes, no. This is, we're in bed the other night, I can't help it. If you've seen it, it's got to come out. She's reading a book, I'm reading a magazine, she suddenly put the book down in such a way that I realised I should have gone to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I've been thinking, oh, you don't need that. I've decided I want to be cremated. I said, alright, get your coat. See, that's funny, isn't it? Apparently not, apparently not. We went to a posh do and awards do in London at Dorchester Hotel on Park Lane, and I've got me dinner suit on ready, we're getting ready, she's ordered a dress off ASOS. Is it ASOS? ASOS. And she's gone mad, we've gone mad, pushed the boat out anyway. So it's getting on a bit, she's in the bathroom putting finishing touches. And then I walked past the bathroom, I said, are you ready? She went, oh, there's one thing bothering me, will you be honest with me? I said, of course I'll be honest with you, I'm always honest. I know that's why I've asked you, your honesty is the best policy. I was like, know that, what is it? She said, do I look big in this? I said, honestly, yes you do. I said, but to be fair, in your defence, it is a very small bathroom. Anyway, we're in the car coming back from Barrow, and then she starts with trick questions. You know these trick questions, you know what you're doing. I was just thinking though, if I died, if I died, would you get married again? No, I wouldn't. I knew it, you bloody hate being married, you don't you? Or maybe I would after the grieving period, who knows, maybe I possibly, there's an outside chance. Oh, would you live in our house? Probably not, maybe at first, and then we'd find somewhere of our own. I don't know how that works. I don't even, what are you talking about? Okay, alright, well, would you sleep in our bed? No, that's an easy one, not the bed, definitely not the bed, no, too many memories, too much love, too much passion. Oh, I'm glad you've said that, thanks. We alright now? Yeah, one last thing, what? Would you let her wear my shoes? No. She's a size 6. That's a joke. Anyway, so off we go, and within about half an hour, one of nature's laxatives, flashing blue lights in my rearview mirror. Oh. He pulls me over, and he's one of these policemen, and my wife's like, oh yeah, too fast. Alright, okay. Right. So he comes up, he's one of the policemen who've got a sense of humour, or they think, oh, they're going to be funny. So I wound the window down, he said, oh, so, having trouble taking off, Wing Commander? You play the game, don't you? Oh, you are, that's funny, isn't it? That Wing Commander, that's funny. No, not really, no. So he said, okay, so have you any idea why I stopped you? I said, shouldn't you know? He said, is this your car? I said, what, this one? Oh. I came out of Asbury, we're pissing down the mile, we're at the other side of the car park. This one of disabled bears, don't it? Left the keys in it. He said, have you any, oh, he said, you came around that, this is a weird term, you came around that corner to Ferrator Knots. Knots? Right, okay, I think the trouble was he had too much mainsail up in the northeast of it. Have you any idea how fast you were going then? What speed were you going? Oh, you don't know, I'll start low. I said 28. He said you were going 40 in a 30 mile an hour zone. I said, nah, 30. I'll give you 30. 40. Alright, 32, last offer. You were going bloody 40 miles an hour. My wife leaned over. Officer, don't argue with him when he's had a drink. It's a joke. Very good, very good, very good. She didn't come with me much after that. Only because I was lucky, I've been working hard, and I got the London circus working in London every weekend, going back to the hospital and all that comedy store and all that. And I stayed, I don't know if you've ever been, it's on Leicester Square. It's the best gig in the world if you're a comic when you get onto that circuit. And I stayed at a place called Regent Palace Hotel, which is a bit of a shithole, which is just off Leicester Square. It's right next to Soho now. Back in the day, Soho was a bit rough and ready. It's like, they call it Bohemian now, but still some rough areas, and there were back then. So I'm wandering around Soho, like, bound from the north. Seriously, it sounds a bit parochial, doesn't it? But bound from the north. First time, I'm wandering around like that. This woman comes up to me, never seen her before, obviously, in my life. She said, do you want to sleep with me for £50? I said, well, I'm not very tired, but I could use the money. She said, no, you don't understand me. For £50 I'll do anything you want, as long as you can say it. As long as you can say it in 3 words. I said, 3 words? That's easy. For £50? Anything? Yeah. Big boy, what do you want? I said, right, there you go, £50. I said, right, what do you want? 3 words. I said, paint my house. She said, no, you misunderstand me. Do you want super sex? I said, I love the soup. This was quite rough, you know what I mean? But what they do, or what they did, I don't know if they're still doing, phone boxes, they advertise. You go in phone boxes, they have cards for services from young ladies, like head and neck massage, Reiki, and all that. So I've got a card, back in my hotel, 10 o'clock at night after the show, or maybe later, 11ish. I've got the card, I'm down from London, I'm like, oh, really, shit's all over the hotel room. No, sod it, in for a penny, in for a pound, erogenique. Really nice spell, it was a drawing, but nice enough. Erogenique. So, hotel room, phoned up, I said, I'm down from Bolton. Listen, I'm a bit tense, I want some head and neck massage. Could you come over and do that? Head and neck, that'll be good. So, no, I'll tell you what, I'll have the all over. You do the all over body? Like it says on your card. I'll have the all over body. Have you got any oil you could bring? Jojoba. Any jojoba? Like that, Jinko Bilbao, whatever it's called. I'll have some. Any oil. If you've got a uniform, that'd help. Maybe, I don't know, policewoman or nurse or something like that, short skirts, suspenders, anything like that. You could maybe tie me up a bit, only a bit, not too tight, and smack me. Only a bit. I'm only talking. I don't know. I said, look, I'm beating around the bush here. I want sex. I want rampant sex. I want sex all night. I've been wedged up. I've been paid. I've been working. So bring an overnight bag. I want sex rampant all over the place, in bed, in bathroom, in wardrobe. You've got to be here all night. Whenever you're going over, what do you think? She said, well, it sounds fantastic, but for an outside line, if you press 9. So where do we jump to now? We jump to, because I don't know how I link the two, it's just threw it all together, but funny things happen with your grandparents, don't they? At all ages. Now, my generation, we spent a lot of time with, it might be the same now, but when I come from bottom end of Charlie Road in Bolton, terraced houses there, rent mills, 2 up, 2 down outside of all that business, tin bath, all that bollocks. And when your grandparents, they live in next street to the street after, so you're there all the time after school, before school, because your parents are working with a bit of luck and all that. And so I was really lucky because I had 2 sets of grandparents, and remember this is not long after the war, and yeah, they both came through it. And so my mum's mum and dad were called Pearl and Dean. Yeah? Yeah, and if you're that age, you'll know what I mean by Pearl and Dean. But they were. I used to call them Grandma and Grandpa. I made that up. She was called Pearl. He was called Alfred. Anyway, but so my dad's mum and dad. Now she was called Mad Alice round our way. My grandma Alice. Only because she was really quite outspoken and quite eccentric. She was like Thora Heard on acid. I think she was a massive influence on my life and obviously my comedy and stuff, because she used to come out of left. She could have been anything, but if she was here today, she was so inventive and so eccentric, and she lived in a catchphrase world. You know what I mean? So see what you say what you see, say what you think, because you get away with it because it's Mad Alice and she's an old woman and whatever, you know. But she's fantastic. I mean, early memories. People say you can't really remember too much from early on, but she took me to school on my first day. My mum and dad were working. She pushed me in the gates. I'm 4, I'm 5, whatever. I'm apprehensive, I'm nervous. She walks off just like that, didn't say goodbye or anything, just wandered. And I'm shouting down the street, Grandma, Grandma. She said, what? I said, how long do I stay at school for? She said, till you're 16. Walked off. Funny, we brought 2 sandwiches. Wish I'd have picked that apple up now. Went round to school. After school, I always go to my grandma's for my tea, because it finished at 4 o'clock, whatever it was, it went for tea. And one night she's fussing around, oh, I've got a big day tomorrow, David. I'm having 2 teeth out and a gas fire put in. With no break in the sentence, you know what I'm saying? I know, and since like I say, I don't know where it came from. If I were bored, I'd say, I'm bored, Grandma, you know, summer holidays, whatever, I'm bored. And she used to say, oh, piss up the wall and play with the steam. I don't know where that comes from, do you? She invented people. She'd say, oh yeah, she'd say, oh, him over there, he's had more women than Soft Mick. What? He's had more women than Soft Mick. Who's Soft Mick? And how does he get women with a name like Soft Mick? And you know, parents they employ a bit of danger, a few threats to stop you doing stuff when it's really not necessary. But you know, like don't take sweets off strangers. Well, my grandma took it even a stage further, just to ram that message home. So, David, are you going to play in the park today? Yeah. Don't take sweets off strangers. All right. Do you know why? Why? There's only an L turns a stranger into a strangler. There's only an S turns laughter into slaughter. I think I'll stay in. Honest to God. I used to go around on Friday because my mum and dad went down to a club. And I used to have a bath there, and I used to love having a bath. And I was a bit of a brat, and I wouldn't get out. I loved having that bath. And she came in once, "Can we get out of the bath, David?" And I went, "Oh, I'm enjoying it." "No, you've been in too long. Your water's going cold. Get out of the bath now." "No, I'm going to count to 3. If you don't get out of the bath, I'll pull the plug out, and you go down the plug hole like your brother." I've not got a brother. All them things when your kids, they warn you about, what happens if you pick your nose too much? Your head caves in. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. If you eat one more chocolate biscuit, what happens? You turn into a chocolate biscuit. Kids coming round, is your David playing out? No, is it biscuit tin? I warned him. Turn into a chocolate biscuit.
My grandma told me if I played with my belly button too much, it would unscrew my bum and it'd fall off. She was honestly, I could talk all night. Mad auntie, mad grandma, listen. Oh, she used to have, always, we all had coal fires. You had to get your kindling, got some wood, chop up kindling. We all did a little axe, didn't you? The head came off the axe, so. At my grandma's house, she said, well, let's go and get one for your granddad. So we went to ironmongers on Charlie Road, we go in and she makes me go from a very early age, go on get served. Oh, I hated it, but you couldn't do it. So it's and what can I do for you, young man? I want an axe for my granddad. Did your granddad say what sort of axe he wanted? My grandma, straight away. Did he hell? He don't even know we're going to kill him. In later years, she lived with my mum. My mum made a cake, a cream cake for somebody at work. She made it on a Saturday, put it in the fridge so she could take it to work on Monday. She comes Monday, a bit of a rush. Oh, the thing what is the important thing, missed it out. So she puts it in the fridge, and so nobody touched it. She puts a note on the cake that says, "Don't eat me. Don't eat me." On the cake. Because Monday morning, home was a fridge, no cake, just crumbs on plate, and another note that says, "I don't take orders off cake." What time is it now? I forgot what time we started. Oh, we're all right. So, funny things happen, because she took me to school. Funny things happen at school, don't they? And I loved school, but I hated, well, the first thing, I was labelled a troublemaker. I wasn't, I just had that sort of mind that I'd inherited, really. So the first thing they said to me, right, in the class, basically was, you're at school now, and the school is all about the 3 R's, didn't they? Anybody idea what the 3 R's are? Very good? No. Very good though, I appreciate that. Reading, writing, arithmetic. So me, straight away, it's only 1 R. What? It's not 3 R's, it's 1 R. Reading. Writing is a W, isn't it? Who are you, David? All right, back at class. Arithmetic's in it. All right. So it was like, in some lessons I was like, hey, the troublemaker, and I wasn't. I just questioned everything, that's the problem. And I hated maths. I hated when it was arithmetic at school. And I was quite good, like I'm sure we all were, at long division and, you know, one on the doorstep, take it over, divide and all that. I was all right at that numbers thing. But then problems came out. When you got a bit like, they've had these problems for solving. I hated them. I hated Jack. Jack was a dickhead in the problems, wasn't he? Do you remember Jack? He was an idiot. Jack was the bloke who was filling a bath with a bucket. Do you remember him? Jack is filling a bath with a bucket. Turn the pissing taps on. What are you doing? The bath holds 50 gallons. The bucket holds 5 litres. How long will it take Jack to fill the bath? Where's he getting the bloody water from? If he can't turn the taps on, it depends on where he's going for it. His next door cut off as well. Have they got water? Where's the bloody water coming from? I need to know. Is it in the canal? Is that fake? You could be going to bloody canal for it. You could be there all year, filling a pissing bath. Jack's visiting his friend. He's no friends. Jack's visiting his friend. He remembers what street he lives on. Well done. But it's a very long street. And he doesn't remember the door number. But he does remember that there's 3 numbers in it. And he does remember that the first 2 numbers add up to the 3rd number. And he does remember that all 3 numbers add up to 10. And he does remember that the first number is the low. He can't remember the pissing number, but he can remember all that shit. 2, 3, 5. It's easy enough. I've got a couple. I would like to put into school syllabi, whatever you call them, right? This gets me. A train travels at 100 miles an hour. The distance between London Euston and Manchester Piccadilly is 200 miles. Why, on a Sunday, does it take it 4.5 pissing hours? Why? Shanice has 12 Snickers. She eats 5. She swaps the remaining 7 for 4 Mars bars, 2 Bounties and a Kit Kat. Chunky, obviously. She eats a chunky Kit Kat, she eats a Bounty and she eats a Mars bar. And she swaps the remaining chocolate bars for a Big Mac. Why is she wearing leggings?
has type 2 diabetes. But school's where I met Derek Rigby, and the title of this show is called I Shot Derek Rigby, which I did, I shot him. I might get to that, I might not, but I did shoot Derek Rigby. And he was my mate from school, he was bullied at school, that's wrong, but I'd say teased more than bullied. And that's, we had a lad in the class called Russell Sprout, who was a prime target. We had Russell Sprout, we had a lad called Blue Moon Billy. Blue Moon Billy, not because he supported Man City, but because he had a bit of a stutter, God bless him. So, and he was a very nervous kid, so we used to say to him, you know, what's your name? And he'd go, and we got, all the class were like, Blue Moon. But Derek, he had a, well, first of all, he couldn't say his R's, so he would Derek Rigby. That's bad, of course it's bad, but he loves it, he still loves it now, he's mate. So, if you see him, he always takes the old guy, Derek Rigby, you know. He had massive sticky out ears, Dumbo ears, which he was very conscious about, and he used to go to bed at night with an elastic band around his head. Try to train him in. Oh, bless. Made it even worse because he had a red stripe on his head, like how he came to school like that. And it snapped one night and nearly had his eye out. So he had to wear an eye patch. I always remember him coming in going, I'm a pilot! Oh, it's not helping, Derek, it's not helping. And he had a nut allergy. Back in the day, not very well known, his parents overreacted, quite understandably I suppose, by making him a badge that he had to wear throughout his school days that just said, no nuts. So he became the class clown. Now, this is an interesting thing. He became the class clown, which is a natural progression if you're being bullied a bit. So, but he became the class clown without knowing it because he just hadn't got a sense of humour. Now we found out recently, and again, I know I always say this, but Google it, he turns out he's a literalist. So whenever you say it to him, even if it's a joke, he takes it literally. He believes you, no matter what you say, until he suddenly clicks about a minute later and he goes, oh, sorry, idiot, like that. But his initial reaction is, now, early examples of that in primary school, we just thought he was an idiot, right? So, big class, map of the world on the wall, Miss Hilton, I always remember her name, goes, Mary, come out, goes to the map of the world, I want you to point to Australia. Very good, which she did. Set that down. Derek Rigby, pay attention. Tell me, who discovered Australia? It was Mary, wasn't it? Yeah, it was, yeah. Actually, this is very difficult to believe, but we had mixed up. So we had like what do you call it? Anyway, we were not celebrating the World Wars, we were highlighting the World War. We had a week of reminiscences about the World Wars for the kids, terrible things. And we said, maybe you want to ask your grandparents if there's any memorabilia you can bring in, we can display and discuss. So we're around his granddad's house, right, Derek straight in. Have you any memorabilias? What? I want memorabilias for school. What do you mean? From the war, anything you've got? He said, well, I've got an old German helmet. Oh, what's a German helmet? Get in. Yeah, can I take that to school? Well, it's in the lean-to there, it's got a plant in it. All right, can I take it? Yeah, bring it straight back. I will. Get in, German helmet. And listen, son, grandson, listen, that has no memories. I just found it. There's no history to it, there's nothing gruesome. I just found it and brought it home. Okay, all right. Anything for Dave? No, nothing else. You must have something for Dave. I've not. All I brought back from the war was that tin hat, was a lot of bad memories, and the great coat that kept me alive in the trenches. Great coat for Dave. I said, he's 10. It's massive. I was a big lad, and that kept me warm. It weighs a ton. Oh, come on, for Dave. He said, I can't anyway. I can't because it's in loft over the tank. We've got a tank. Yeah. He's got a proper tank, Derek, and the best place to keep it, loft. Yeah. We had a big freeze one year. Oh, proper freeze, everything. He's down to my house. When he comes to my house, he always wants a poo. I don't know why, he does. I need toilet, Dave. Oh, come on, Derek, you couldn't have picked a worse time. I do, I need toilet. Oh, pipes are frozen, cistern's frozen. I know, but I need it. Oh, all right. You know where it is, top of the stairs. But think on, my dad's left a bucket of water there. Use that. brought it back down afterwards. What shall I do with it now? You've shit in my bucket. Anyway, we're in the park once. I forgot about this. This isn't really literal, this is just Derek. We're in the park once, Queen's Park in Bolton, about 10, 11, having a sugar butties. You used to make your own sugar butties, didn't you? Know that pop. All that. He's suddenly on his feet. Oh my God, what? Kangaroo? Kangaroo? What, in Bolton? The kangaroo? Wow, it's a greyhound having a shit. Anyway, his wife's left him. They've been married long, Hillary, or as we know her, Hillary. And I met her in town. I said, "Come on, make up." She said, "Oh, I can't. We're never really meant to be." And she said, "I can't get over that stupid sense of humour. It's gone too far." And I said, "Come on, it's Derek. You know, he's lively, literally." He said, "It's not that. He reverts to his childhood humour. I just." One thing that he said, the other night, the straw that broke the camel's back, terrible. I said, "Oh, come on, no, there's no way back." I said, "Tell me what happened." She said, "Well, all right, I'll tell you, and you'll understand why." He said, "We were making love, and he's a very good lover, don't get me wrong. He's very good, very kind, very considerate lover, very gentle lover. And it's all going lovely, it's nice and bonny, and I start arriving, you know, and I'm like, and he went, staying alive. So that's Derek, God bless him. So we're coming up to Christmas, God knows what it's going to be like. If that Narnia variant comes out, it won't be able to wait wardrobe without a PCR test. But no, because it was shocking last year. It was shocking for us all and terrible for some. And even I hate to mention it, but it's very disappointing in other respects for me, because all I got last Christmas was a card from Moonpig. I know she hates it when I call her that. So this is interesting. So my great grandma Evelyn played the Celtic harp, right? And that passed down. It's because the oldest in the family. So my grandma Alice. She got it and she learned how to play the harp, and it came down, and I've ended up with it. I'm the oldest in the family, and I've got it, and it's a bit old, it's a bit fragile, whatever. So my wife, who's a bit of a musician, she's taught herself, said, "What do you want for Christmas?" She said, "You know what I'd like? I'd like that Celtic harp." And I said, "Well, you can't, I'm sorry, it's a bit fragile, but also, it sounds terrible because you're my wife and I love you, but it's got to stay that way, and I can't really, I don't know if I can, anyway. Give me all that, give me that." So, in the end, as you might expect, last Christmas I gave her my harp. Very next day, and that was it, that's the end of the show, right? And what happens then is I take a bow and I go off, and you go mad because you're lovely, and want more, so I come back on and I do a bit more, but I can't be asked. So, save a bit of time. And I always do this at the end. I'm sorry if you've seen it before, but that's why I put it on as a sort of an encore, so it's not you pinging on the main thrust of the show. And I've spent a lot more time in lockdown. If you've seen me, as I said, I'm intrigued by song lyrics. Like my news stories, I'm intrigued by the wordplay and song lyrics. Songs, all great songs that you sing along to, but you never really analyse. And only when you start listening to them, you think, what are they talking about, right? So I'm going to play a few of them. Some you'll know, some you won't. And this is the first one. This is the one that started it all back in the day, and you'll be aware of this one. It goes like this. So this is Desiree, yeah? And it's she's a lovely girl. It's a lovely song. Life, yeah? But she's got problems, hasn't she? When you start listening, she needs help. She's afraid of the dark. We've established that. Where's she gone? The park? You don't win the park if you're frightened of the dark. Especially when there's no one else around. You will get the shivers. You will. So, but she's frightened, isn't she? That's the trouble. She will be. fears most. How much does she fear it? Well, she'd rather have a piece of toast. And she's superstitious.
I'm a superstitious girl. I'm the worst in the world. Never walk under ladders. I keep the rabbit's tail.
Well, that's your problem. The rabbit's foot, Desiree. You can't go cutting tails off rabbits. Vanessa Williams, this, Save the Best Till Last. Again, fantastic song, lovely song. I love it, I'd play it all the way through if I could, but I can't because of this one line in it that goes...
Sometimes the snow comes down in June. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon.
Does it fuck? I'm sorry, that's me one. I'm allowed one. That's me one. Sometimes the sun goes round the moon. I've got a problem with snow in June, Vanessa. Honest to God. What law of astrophysics? It's sun sometimes goes round the moon, just now and again, occasionally. Maureen, you need your P20 on. The sun's going round the moon again. Absolute not. Some of the greats. My dad's favourite artist, The Memory, fantastic. My dad's favourite artist, so one of my favourite artists, sometimes came out with a load of all. Here we go. That's the trouble with chairs, they won't listen. Not even the chair, even the ones with the big ears. Then, same song, a bit later on.
Did you ever read about a frog who dreamed of being a king? And then became one.
No. Did you? A frog who dreamed. Did you ever hear about this frog? No. Even the massive, the greatest hits like this. Yes, you do. That's a double negative. So we don't need no education. It means we need education. It's not the message. It's not the message you're trying to get across. No. Even Elvis. What's Elvis doing up a fuzzy tree with him? What is a fuzzy tree? Surely he's got people, I don't know. No, it's because you live in Darwin. Darren, sorry. Does anybody remember my brother who used to live in Darren, Cider Bob? No, he died a long while, God bless him. No, just that's all I'd ask. So yeah, some of my favourite ever songs, when you start analysing them. Thin Lizzy, I was talking to Nick on the sound before, one of our favourites. Let's ooh, I wonder where. It's definitely somewhere in this town. I don't know, I'll have to follow you. I'm new around here. What? Even Fleetwood Mac, listen. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. There's many occasions where you can have thunder without any rain, can't you? Classic example, here we go. If you hear a clap of thunder, but there is no sign of rain, then you know it must be champion galloping across the plain. He was a wonder horse. He was fantastic. I love Champion, did you not? Oh, he was a trailblazer. Not in many ways. He was a trailblazer for Skippy and Flipper and Etty Wainthrope and everybody. It was just I've got an old story about Champion for another day, another time, but absolutely brilliant. And then, of course, like a lot of songs, they're love songs, aren't they? Of course they are. And they start from right at the beginning, where you see somebody and you're smitten. You think, she could be the one for me, he could be the one for me. And this is a classic.
My life is brilliant. My love is pure. I saw an angel. Of that I'm sure. She smiled at me on the subway. She was with another man. But I won't use no sleep on that, 'cause I've got a plan.
So he's got a plan. James Blunt, obviously. He's seen her, he's smitten. She's an angel with another man. Don't matter, don't matter. He's got a plan, he's got a plan.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. I saw your face in a crowded place, and I don't know what to do.
He's not got a plan, has he? He said he had a plan, he's not got one. Get it together, bloody hell. And then you see, again, you just look at these people and oh.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near?
I've got worms. I don't know, do I have no idea at all. Right, now then, let's move it up a bit. So there was a girl called Charlene, and they launched her in the 70s with the purest voice in popular music, the voice of a virgin, they actually said, the record company. Then they released this single, and all that money they spent on marketing was just blown away, because what is she talking about? How can she be pure and look like a virgin if you listen to the lyrics like this?
Ooh, I've been to Georgia and California, anywhere I could run. Took the hand of a preacher man and we made love in the sun.
Oh, hey, it gets worse. It gets worse.
I've been undressed by kings, and I've seen some things that a woman ain't supposed to see.
Yeah, a preacher's cock for a start. I would imagine that's top of the list, love, to be honest with you. And then you have this date, has it all gone well? Will they get back to you? Will they? Who knows? Who knows? You live in fear of what's going to happen, and you've got to do this bit. How do you know you love it then, hey? Oh, plus. Well, so I'll finish off with this one, my favourite. You might have heard it before, but listen, some of the absolute greats. Roy Orbison was one of my absolute greats, as is solo artist, Travelling Wilburys. And he had this song, and it goes like this. I'll cut it down to this one line, or two lines, or whatever, anyway. It goes like this. It better be Roy, hasn't it? You got bites in a pillow on E-wing. Let's get this straight. Right. Drove all night, crept into your room, woke you from your sleep to make love to you. Is that alright? Roy Orbison, registered blind. He drove all night. He might be at the wrong house. It might not have been night.
drove all night. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, is it? See them big stupid glasses on. Oh yeah? I drove all day. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Right. And I'll leave you with that and thank you once more, seriously, for coming out. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been brilliant. And have a great Christmas, yeah? Thank you so much.